Door trap number 8. Imagine this brave thief thinking he's as smooth as an oiled banana peel and breaking into the store like a wanted action hero. He sees that tempting door, probably thinking, "Ah, easy peasy, in and out." But he didn't know that the store's owner had set a trap behind that door. The door slammed shut behind him as he entered, like a cruel trick played on gravity. The thief must have felt like a cat trying to escape a bath when he was stuck in a wheel like a hamster. But that's not the end of the fun. There were 3 locked doors inside the sneaky store that even a wild rhino couldn't open. It's like the store owner made the escape room with a lot of thought and skill. The thief tried so hard to break out, but it was all in vain because the doors were too strong. And look at that poor thief, attempting to break free while sweating like a marathon runner. But he only ended up with more bruises than a tomato in a mixer. His not-so-successful escape attempt would be immortalized on camera, which would only serve to make things worse. When the sensors went crazy, a warning went off to let the troops know. When the police got to the scene, they had a hard time keeping a straight face when they saw the thief stuck inside the place he had planned to rob. In the end, he got his short moment of fame, not as a clever criminal mastermind, but as the star of his own silly reality show. The store owner's clever trap was the worst thing that could have happened to our unhappy thief. Number 7. The pickup truck disaster. If you've ever seen one of those fancy heist movies with big plans and exciting escapes, you know that they always have a few key elements: an oddball team, a cool scene, and of course, the perfect getaway car. Our stupid thief, however, appears to have missed the memo completely. In this case, our not very smart thief pulls off a robbery and feels like he is the best criminal mind ever. He runs out of the store with his heart racing, only to make a huge mistake. Instead of putting his stolen goods in a safe place, he just throws them in the open bed of his pickup truck. I mean, who does that, really? Number 6. Embarrassing mistakes made by criminals. A criminal in Tucson, Arizona, got into a very embarrassing position. He was caught with his pants down, hanging upside down on the fence of an elementary school. An onlooker said that the criminal was trying to break into Miles Elementary School but slipped and fell off the fence. His loose pants got stuck on the spikes, and he was left hanging by his feet for everyone to see. The police came quickly, helped him down, and put him in jail right away. It's still not clear why the man tried to break into the elementary school. Maybe he was obsessed with coloring books or something. In England, a thief was found hanging upside down by his shoelaces in Dartford, Kent. He tried to break into a home by climbing through a window, but in the end, he fell and got his shoe and shoelaces stuck in the window frame. He hung there for more than an hour as people came to look at him and make fun of him. When the owners got home from work, the burglar begged them to let him go, but they called the police instead. Number 5. The robber who got caught. John Bell was a man who lived in Houston, Texas. He wanted to rob a cell phone store by walking in like a bull in a china shop, waving his gun around and demanding money. But John's fate had other plans. The store owner and a few customers thought it would be a great idea to escape and lock the door behind them. Poor John was caught in a sticky position all of a sudden, like a bug in a spider's web. What a turn of events! John tried everything in an effort to make his escape. He threw himself at the door, thinking it would suddenly break or bend, but the door didn't move at all, making fun of his useless efforts. The passing of time passed as slowly as a sloth on vacation, and John's confidence faded as quickly as an ice cream cone melting on a hot summer day. He tried to beg people walking by to set him free, but no one heard him. Instead, the police came to the scene with their lights blaring. The game was up for our would-be criminal genius, and John was finally caught by the law, putting an end to his short-lived career in crime. He was given a 5-year prison term without wasting any time. Isn't that funny? In a strange turn of events, he had already done his time after only a few minutes. Number 4. Crooks who make mistakes. These two clumsy thieves thought they were brilliant. They chose to rob a convenience store, but they didn't know that their plans were about to fall flat like a pancake. As they stumbled through the store, a police officer burst in like a superhero, ready to stop their bad idea. In a last-ditch effort, the woman grabbed an onlooker by the arm and threw him to the ground like a sack of potatoes. the other thief, whom we'll call Mr. Clumsy, tried to escape, but he got stuck in a maze of hallways. Fate laughed when he ended up facing the police officer again. Did he give up when he surrendered and was outnumbered? Oh no, he fought back, only to be reminded painfully by a well-placed gunshot. But Mr. Clumsy was always able to get back on his feet. He woke up again and wasted no time trying his luck. He tried to vanish into thin air, but the police officer wouldn't let him. He easily put our wannabe Houdini to sleep. Our not-so-graceful heroine, on the other hand, had her own escape strategy in place. She crept toward the back of the store and dreamed of escaping through the roof like a squirrel. But truth hit her right in the face when she fell to the floor like a piano. Gravity didn't like her sneaky tricks. To make matters worse, she had to pay for the damage she did. Talk about a mistake that cost a lot. The third one is called Escape Gone Wrong. This man, who was 40 years old, got himself into a bit of a jam. He had been caught stealing and was sitting in a cell at a police station in Brazil. You won't believe how hard he tried to pull off his clever idea to escape. Only 30 centimeters wide, there was a small hole in the cell door for food. Our brave thief thought he could squeeze through it and make a run for it. But as luck would have it, things did not go as planned. As soon as he tried to squeeze through that small hole, something bad happened and he got stuck. Can you even imagine the fear? There he was, yelling for help because he had made a mistake in figuring out his body size or something. The police officers couldn't get him free, so they had to call for help from the firemen. Yes, firemen were called to help a thief who got stuck in a door. After about 30 anxious minutes, firemen were able to get the situation under control. To get him out, they used a hydraulic tool. I can only imagine the look of relief on his face when he was finally freed from the door's grip. His big escape plan didn't work out as well as he had hoped. It looks like he'll have to stay behind bars for a while longer. That's a hard thing to learn. Number 2. Stories of strange costumes. In Belleville, Illinois, there was a criminal who wasn't very smart who thought robbing a gas station would be a good idea. He thought it was a great idea to wear a mask to hide who he was. Not surprisingly, his choice of disguise was not very good. He walked into the store with a plastic bag over his head that you could see through. It's possible that he missed the memo about how masks should work. A whopping $60 was stolen from the gas station by the criminal, but I'll give him a break. It's not like he could carry much more with that thin bag on his head. As expected, the police got a hold of the CCTV video, and surprise, surprise, it wasn't hard for them to figure out who the stupid thief was. They caught him right away and sent him to jail for 15 years for his little heist.